Hey agents, this is Henry from Keller Williams. I'm based in the DC metropolitan area. If you have any referrals for me, I'd love to give some stellar service to your referrals. Plus, I would donate a portion of my income towards the cause or charity of your choice. So, today I wanted to talk about open houses as a new agent. What can you do with open houses to build your client base, and how can you serve people who come through and really make a difference in their lives? So open houses are an easy way for people to get access into a home, right? They don't have to talk to an agent. They just look online, see what's open, and then they just walk through the house. Now, there are a lot of different styles that agents use, a lot of different approaches to, to capture open house guests and help them out. Sometimes it's just as simple as opening the door, letting them walk through, and then um, see where things go from there. But I like to take a little bit more of an active approach. Now, I don't like to get too aggressive with people who walk through the house, because ultimately, if they wanted to work with an agent, then they would have already been, come scheduled a showing with them. However, not everybody knows, especially in the first-time home buyer market, that you can get schedule a showing with an agent at your leisure. So anyway, let's talk about what you can do with the open house. I'm just going to kind of walk through the house so you can see. But with an open house, when first I greet them at the door. Oftentimes I leave the door ajar, or make it obvious that that's the house that is open. Now you can do lots of things as far as putting signs and balloons, and there are even some strategies to actually just throw a big block party to get a whole ton of people to come through. Now, when people walk through, I greet them at the door. I mention, that my name is Henry from Keller Williams. Thank you for coming by, and tell them that the sellers, for security reasons, want, want people to sign in, which is true. You want to know who's coming through and have their contact information, so that, for example, if something goes missing in the house, you have a record of who came through. Otherwise, you're on the hook as an agent for whatever is missing. Now, you want to follow the compliance rules in the state of Maryland. There's a sign that has to be conspicuously displayed. So you can see that sign right there. And then I use my laptop to display some relevant information. So this is where it comes into providing some value, right? So I have the MLS listing on here, so they can get all the information on it. I also have a Google Maps. They can search for things around the area. Sorry, I'm not pointing the camera there. So Google Maps, they can search around the area. And I also have a Yelp page centered right around where the property is, so they can see what's nearby. And I also have some music playing in the background, just because it's just nice to have some music. I also have my sign-in sheet, any property flyers, which I exchange in exchange for providing the information, as well as the business cards. And from there, when people come in, I keep it pretty low pressure. I just tell them once they sign in, they can walk through the house, and if they have any questions, I'm there. But part of what I do as well, and this is, getting back to providing value for both the seller as well as the buyers, is getting some feedback on the property. I don't remember what the exact statistic is, but I believe it was something like 99% of people who come to an open house do not buy that house due to the open house. So what you want to find out is, what is it that people like about the home? What is it that people don't like? How do they feel about the price, the features, the location, things like that. And get the feedback, because that's really important for the seller to know that if everybody's saying, we hate the colors on the wall, then that's something that the seller might want to address, because that might be the reason why the home is not selling, or people are just not moving forward. There might be something else, just wrong with the property that, because you live there, you just never really noticed it. So those are some, key things, but getting some feedback on the property is very, very valuable. Now, let's say you're a brand new agent and you don't have any listings of your own to hold open. So what you can do is take a look at other agents in your office, see if there are any other listings that don't have an open house going on, and then offer. And say, hey, I saw that you have this listing. Would you like me to hold it open for you? Now, the one way that you can really expand and leverage that open house is to use an open house invitation script and door knock around the neighborhood. So however much time that you want to dedicate to it, go around the neighborhood, just knock on the door, say something along the lines of, hi, my name is blank from blank real estate company, and I wanted to invite you to your neighbor's open house on whatever the street name is, address. this is the time. And if you're doing anything special, running any, prize drawings, things like that, then mention it there. And then also just go, by the way, do you happen, when do you plan on moving? Or there are other scripts along the lines of looking for a buyer, right? Something along the lines of, do you know of anybody from school or from work or, whatever the demographic is in that area that's looking to move to this area? Because sometimes neighbors know. And what this also demonstrates is that when you're listing a home, potentially their home, that you will actually go around and do the work to try and find a buyer for them. So those are just some of the introductory things as to what you can do with an open house. It's a great way, especially if you're a new agent and don't have any listings of your own. You can go find some buyer, seller leads, and anybody that comes through unrepresented could potentially become your client. If they're really looking to move, people generally don't just go out to homes and open houses just for the heck of it. I mean, some people love looking at homes, but oftentimes it's going to be mostly motivated buyers. And sometimes when you have buyers in a higher price range, you have people who need to sell their home before they buy it. So really get to know their situation. I mean, a lot of times new agents get very, very flustered. It's like, oh, what do I say? What do I do? But it's really quite simple. Just ask questions, get to know their situation, see what you can do to help them, because you as an agent have a lot of information, a lot of local insight, and can provide a lot of value. So think about it from that standpoint. Don't really think too much about what can I get from this person, because once you take that mindset, then people can sense it right away. It's like, oh, they're just saying the right things to get my business, and I don't really like that. Provide value, ask questions, think about their situation. What is it that they're going through that you can really help them? And from there, that's where I found the best results, because people feel that they can trust me because I'm not there just to make a quick buck off of them. I'm actually there to help them out. And in some cases, people who were working with other agents who were just not getting the results they needed, felt much more comfortable working with me. Now, that doesn't mean necessarily that if they are working with an agent that you should just go and try and poach them. But if they're coming to an open house without their agent, then there's probably, a reason why, they are looking to shift out. They're not getting the results they need. And if you're looking to, again, provide them great value, then why not, right? That's better for their interest anyway. So let me know if you have any questions about the whole open house process. I'm just kind of like walking and ranting here, but whatever comes to mind. But let me know your thoughts. If you have any tips as far as what's worked really well for you, advice for newer agents, or if you are a new agent and looking to get some advice as to how to find some more leads, post your questions in the comments below. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.